In this episode, I'm sharing 7 things women in career and life transitions need to drop right now if you want to reinvent yourself in 2026. If you're feeling stuck, uncertain, or ready for something new, this is a perfect place to begin. Welcome to the Midlife Reinvention Podcast, a podcast helping women in career and life transitions achieve clarity on their next steps so they can transform uncertainty into an energizing next chapter. I'm your host, Kavita Ahuja, and the founder of It's My Time Now Coaching. If you're wondering what's next in your career or life, you are in the right place. Through solo and guest episodes, you'll gain practical tips, tools, and inspiration to help you uncover blocks, gain confidence, and be, do, and have what you want. I rediscovered myself after the age of 50, and I know you can too. It's my time now to help you do just that. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. Hello, my friend, and welcome back to another episode of the Midlife Reinvention Podcast. I'm your host, Kavita Ahuja, and the founder of It's My Time Now Coaching. And I'm truly grateful that you're here today. And it also happens to be Thanksgiving week in the United States. And even though I'm in Canada, I know so many of my American friends who are listening are traveling or gathering with family or finally slowing down for a moment of reflection, which makes this the perfect time to pause and reflect and gently acknowledge what you may be carrying right now. And while most people wait until January to think about change, the truth is this: your reinvention begins long before the calendar turns. It begins in the quiet moments of awareness, like right now. So today marks the beginning of a new journey together, and I'm calling it the 2026 Reinvention Series. This is a 7-week series designed to help you shift your energy, reconnect with your purpose or your Ikigai, and begin the internal reinvention that leads to external change. And whether you're shifting careers or you're re-entering the workforce or stepping into a leadership role or taking a break or even preparing for retirement or simply just asking yourself what's next, this series is for you. We're starting with the foundation of any transition, which is letting go, releasing what holds you back, what weighs you down, or keeps you stuck. Because you can't step into your next chapter while carrying the beliefs, fears, and patterns that have prevented you or that you've had from the past. So let's dive in to the 7 things women in career and life transitions need to drop right now if you want to reinvent yourself in 2026. So, my friend, here are the 7 things you need to drop for any successful career or life transition. And this is not made up. These are the exact things that I've seen with my clients and what has helped me set them up for success in their transitions. The first thing is to drop the belief that you're behind. This one comes up almost every single day in my coaching practice. I hear it often in a whisper. Something like, I should be further along, or I'm so behind, or I wasted time. And I get it because I remember saying these exact words when I left my 25-year corporate pharmaceutical career. I used to compare myself to colleagues who had stuck it out or who had climbed the ladder and who looked so certain about their next steps. Meanwhile, I was terrified and excited and confused all at once. One day, as I shared this with a mentor, she said something to me that changed me. She said that you're not behind, you're beginning at a deeper level. Reinvention isn't linear. Career and life transitions aren't linear. Your timing hasn't been wrong, it's just been unfolding. And you are not behind, You're right on time. The second thing is to drop the habit of minimizing your need to keep the peace. Many women in transition have spent decades holding everyone else together, whether at work or at home, for aging parents or for teams or for kids or for their partners. I once had a client who said this to me. She says, I'm the glue in my family, and if I crumble, everything crumbles. So I asked her this question: who holds you? She stared at me for a moment and whispered, I don't know. And I remember feeling the exact same things years ago. I was carrying enormous emotional loads while convincing myself that I was fine. Minimizing your needs may have helped you survive, but it won't help you reinvent. Putting yourself back into the center of your life isn't selfish, it's necessary. And the third thing is to drop the idea that clarity comes before movement. This belief holds women back more than anything else. When I started this podcast, for example, I had no grand plan. I didn't know what my voice was. I didn't know how to record or to edit. I had a mic, but I didn't know how to use it. But I knew I wanted to speak to women who were feeling what I had felt, stuck and unfulfilled and ready for something more. So I recorded my first episode. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't polished, but it was something. And that something changed the direction of my life. Clarity doesn't come first. Movement creates clarity. And your Ikigai reveals itself through action, through exploration, and through curiosity, not perfection. So you don't need a perfect plan to begin. You just need a first step. The fourth thing is to drop comparison, especially during the holidays. This time of year can be quite emotionally complex. Years ago, I remember sitting at a holiday dinner and a party, and I sat across from some families and I smiled politely, but inside I felt really lost. Everyone else seemed really happy and aligned and content. And I remember thinking, why does everyone else look so certain? And what's wrong with me? Since then, I've coached hundreds of women through transitions, and here's what I've learned. The women that you're comparing yourself to, the ones who seem so aligned, many of them are struggling quietly too. Comparison only drains your energy, and presence restores it. You don't need to be caught up. You just need to come back to yourself. The fifth thing you should do, or you should know, is to drop the energy drains that keep you stuck. This is where energy awareness becomes very powerful. During an energy leadership index assessment Eli debrief with a client last year, she said to me, I didn't realize I've been operating from stress and self-judgment for 10 years. I thought that was just being productive. I knew exactly what she meant. In my corporate life, I spent so much time being on that I didn't notice how depleted I really was. She looked at her Eli results and said, no wonder I'm exhausted. I've been climbing the mountain with a backpack full of rocks. Energy drains are often invisible until you pause long enough to see them. And you can't find your Ikigai or your purpose, your alignment, or your flow from a state of chronic depletion. And reinvention requires energetic clarity. The sixth thing that you should drop is to drop the belief that you have to navigate this transition alone. Women in transition often hold everything internally. There's a moment that happens in nearly every coaching relationship I've ever had when a woman takes a deep breath and says to me, I've never said this out loud before. And that's when everything shifts. Your reinvention doesn't accelerate because you suddenly have all the answers. It accelerates because you finally allow yourself to be seen. Women who seek support move through transitions faster, with more ease and more confidence. The seventh thing is to drop the pattern of waiting until January to prioritize yourself. This is a very big one. For years, I told myself, I'll slow down in January. I'll think about my purpose in January. I'll get support in January. But January came and nothing was different. One of my clients said to me last December, if I don't begin now, I'm afraid I'll still be saying next year for the next 5 years. And that sentence really stayed with me. You don't reinvent by waiting for January 1st. You reinvent by beginning today. One thought, one release, and one shift at a time. So these are the 7 things to release right now, my friend. Whether you're shifting careers, you're navigating change, or simply wanting 2026 to feel more aligned, grounded, and meaningful. Imagine if you entered January with a clearer mind, more energy, a stronger sense of direction, less emotional weight, more self-trust, and a deeper sense of connection to your purpose. So, as a reminder, here are the 7 things you need to drop today. The belief that you're behind, minimizing your needs, waiting for clarity, comparison, energy drains, isolation, and waiting for a perfect moment. Your next chapter, your alignment and your confidence and your Ikigai begins with what you release today, not in January, not when things calm down, not when you have a plan, today. So before we close, I want to share something very special with you today. If you really want to understand the energy that you're operating from right now, the patterns that might be holding you back, I'm offering 50% off the Energy Leadership Index Assessment and personalized 90-minute debrief until November 30th only. So if you're in a career or life transition, this assessment is the most powerful starting point you can give yourself. It shows how you think, how you respond under stress, where your energy is being drained, what's blocking your clarity or confidence, and where your greatest opportunities for reinvention lie. So if you want 2026 to feel different, this is a perfect way to start. You can email me at kavita@itsmytimenowcoaching.com with the word Eli, E-L-I, and I'll send you all the details. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm so excited to walk with you through the 7-week series coming up. And don't forget to tune in on Thanksgiving Day for a short, gentle reflection episode to support you through the holidays. Until then, remember, you are not behind. You are not stuck. Your next chapter begins with one decision, and that decision can be made today.